every day. It's totally a part of our lives now, and we can tweak them and use them to say things about who we are. We do it all the time on our phones, sending pictures, little smiley faces, little kissy faces, sads and angries, and laughing till you cry. And now we're gonna turn them into an art form in our art class. Our artwork this week is inspired by a super cool artist named O'Pelrou. He is from Ivory Coast. He's only 22 years old, and he has created an entire app devoted to emojis that represent his culture from Ivory Coast, which is part of Africa. You can download his app, it's called Zuzukwa, and include it in your phone and use some of his emojis to better represent you. Now, O'Pelrou really inspired me this week because he and I both realized that the emojis don't always represent exactly who we are as our diverse group of citizens living together. So he created his own emojis that help to make our digital emotions more inclusive. He's updated some of the faces with emotions that maybe you don't normally see on our traditional face emoji grid. Things like I told you so, where your eye is being pulled down. There is one with pursed lips and even super side eye. So you might want to check that out to get some more ideas for your emojis. So this week we are going to make multiple emojis that express different emotions and express different parts of who we are so that we can communicate better with others. To make our emojis this week, there are 2 ways that you can do this. First, go to the faces, find a feeling that matches the way that you feel, and there might be more than one, and then tweak that face to make it more personal to you. Maybe you're adding some clothing underneath, maybe you're putting a super cool hairstyle on top, or maybe you're changing the colors of parts of the image. Right now, emojis are that golden yellow standard color, but you could make that color your favorite color, maybe make it turquoise or blue, or you can make it match your skin tone so that it's super personal to who you are. The second way that you can make your personalized emojis is to be like our artist O'Pelrou and make totally new ones that represent who you are. Maybe you realize that your favorite sport is missing from our selection, or maybe your favorite food isn't represented properly. You can invent your own emoji, something that you wish was on that standard keyboard, just like O'Pelrou did. So you can add some extra flair. I know I probably will. The best part here is that the sky is the limit. There are no wrong answers. As long as it represents you, that's what I'm going to be excited to see. For your artwork this week, we need very simple materials. All you need is 1 piece of small white paper, a pencil to do some sketching, and coloring materials to make them big and bold and awesome. 3 things. So go ahead, grab your materials, paper, pencil, coloring supplies, and we'll get right back to creating. All right, friends, it's personal emoji making time. We have our plain piece of paper, our coloring supplies, and our pencil. The first thing that we're gonna do though is start by preparing our piece of paper just like we did in the live class, because we want to make 4 different emojis, so we're going to make 4 different evenly spaced sections. The easiest way to do that is to fold your paper. So start by folding your paper hot dog style, match up those corners, give it a good crease. That gives us 2 rectangle sections. Now fold your paper the other way to get a square section and crease that. Then open it back up and you will have 4 nice even sections to create your emojis. I explained in the video that there are 2 different ways to approach this personal emoji making style. Way number 1 is to pick emojis that are your feelings and tweak them to make them like you. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to start by first making 2 circle emoji faces in my top half. And I'm going to pick 2 emotions that match me. Now, I'm a super smiley person. I look on the bright side of life all the time. So the first one I'm going to do is a really happy one with lots of teeth. Actually, I think I'm going to take a step farther and make it the one with the star eyes. The other emotion that matches me is the nervous one, because online learning is tricky and new and I'm figuring it all out too. So I'm going to make the nervous one. So I have my two basic emojis. Now I'm going to make them match me a little bit more. I can think about adding details that look physically like me. So maybe this one, I'm going to put some hair around it that matches my hair. Maybe I'm going to put some designs around the outside. Once I have it designed the way I want, I'm going to start adding color to it so that it really starts to feel like me. Color is important. Choose colors that match your feelings. The final step is outlining in black so it looks like a true cartoon. Now this feels more like me. It's colorful, it's crazy, and it's excited. Now to make my nervous one look like me. Well, when I feel nervous, I feel like my hair is just going all over the place. It's real spiky and insane. I also am going to put some eyebrows on there, maybe put some eyeballs. And if I wear glasses, which sometimes I do, I could even add glasses around it to show that it's extra stressful. Oh man. If you want to, you could even put a neck and some shoulders. Whew. Man, that feels pretty stressed out. Now add colors that match and outline lines to finish it up. On my stressed out emoji, I use lots of warm colors, reds and oranges and yellows, because they have more of a stressful and excited sort of color scheme feel. That's why I picked those colors for my stressed out and nervous emoji. Now for my final two, I'm going to be inspired by O'Pelrou and invent my own emojis that I think are missing from my emoji keyboard. There are so many different options, but there are still a few that I wish that there were, or ones that I want to tweak to make them feel more like me. So for one, I'm going to do is one of my favorite foods is peanut butter, and I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I wish there was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich emoji. So I'm going to make one. And for my final personalized emoji inspired by O'Pelrou, I think I really like to make pottery, so I think the final emoji that I need right here to best describe me that's missing from my emoji keyboard is a pottery wheel. It's my favorite way to make artwork, so I'm going to add that now. All of my personalized emojis are complete. I have two that better describes feelings and emotions that are more specific to me. And I have two emojis that I wish were on the emoji chart. Maybe someday they will be. Awesome. Now that you have all of your emojis made, don't forget to bring them with you to your next live class. Stash them somewhere real safe in your sweet spot. Bring them to our next live class, and we're going to show them off. You're going to show them to me. You're going to show them to your friends, and we're all going to learn about each other. I can't wait to learn about all of you in our next class, see your personalized emojis, learn about your feelings and who you are and some of your favorite things. So work hard, have awesome craftsmanship, meaning you're making things really carefully, and I'll see you here in our next live. Now these emojis, boys and girls, you are going to bring with you to next class, so keep them somewhere safe, okay? Somewhere safe. Because in art class next week, we will hold them up and show them to everyone. Now, let's say you have extra ideas. I love art friends that have lots of ideas. You are welcome to flip it over on the back and do 4 more on the other side. Then you can show us 8 in art class later, but that's optional. That's up to you. You can decide if you want to do 8 or just 4. I can't wait to learn about you in our next art class. As boys and girls, not only are we going to use these emojis to express our feelings in digital world, but it's also going to help teach all of us about each other. For our next live class, you are going to bring these emojis with you and we're going to share them with each other. So I'm going to learn about you and your friends are going to learn about you, and we're going to have a really cool, great big gallery exploration with everyone holding up their emojis. So bring it with you to your next class.